I'm Joel Norman, and we continue our pregame coverage ahead of the AppleSox versus the Kelowna Falcons with our pregame interview. We're joined by Ezra Samperi, the West Coast League veteran. Not sure how many of you know this. He's now onto his third different WCL organization in 4 seasons. Ezra, there's not many people at this point who I remember from the first year I was broadcasting who are still here. You've been with a few different teams since then, but it's been cool to follow your path across the Pacific Northwest in this league. What's it been like kind of going team to team? You've got to love summer ball if you're playing it this much at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely love summer ball, and I think the biggest thing for me is staying locally, just so my parents can come, my family can come see me. Every team's different, and that's kind of like why I like going around to every different team. And I've enjoyed all of them, and I really love being up in the Northwest because the weather's great during the summer.
Yeah, it sure is. It's warming up a little bit right now, but it's still pretty good compared to especially even East Coast and Midwest with the heat they get. But Ezra, one of the teams you played for, it's kind of fitting we're talking to you today, was Kelowna. Now, you got to taste a little bit of the playoffs with them in 2018. As someone who's played through the postseason, what does that make you, seeing what that was like, playing a few years since then, you were with Bellingham a bit last year as well when they made it. How much does that make you want to get back into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to win, and the playoffs is like the mindset, and that's where you want to be. So every day we got to take it day by day. Every day is different. We're gonna feel different every day, and we just got to come out. And if we have 90%, we got to give 100% of our 90%. We're not gonna have 100% every day, but we just got to do our best and keep putting things together. I mean, some days we have offense, and some days our pitching carries us. And I've noticed in the whole Canada trip we just had, and coming up and playing Kelowna, we've kind of pieced things together, and so that's what's been really good for us.
Finding a way seems like it's been the theme for this team. You found a way to be in the lineup a lot. You're a guy who catches and can play the outfield pretty well. You don't see too many players like that, really any level. What's that like, having that kind of versatility, giving you the ability to be in the lineup pretty much on a daily basis?
It's pretty nice. It's hard at times because sometimes I don't know where I'm going to play, but if teams don't know I can play the outfield, and being a catcher, I can run a little bit. It kind of helps getting down the line, opens up some holes a little bit. But I think it's two different mindsets you have. Outfield's more chill, and you don't get as much action. But when I'm not playing outfield, I do love catching because you get a lot of action, and you can build great relationships with pitchers, and you just get to be a part of the game every pitch, and I really like that.
No, absolutely. And you mentioned speed. You had 20 stolen bases, I think it was a couple of years ago at Mount Hood. So he does have wheels. At some point, he may get a stolen base or two here this summer. So we're chatting with Ezra Samperi ahead of tonight's game. Ezra, let's talk about your 9th inning hitting recently. Now, I've been telling people, NIL is very much a part of the college game right now. When are we going to see you trademark 9th inning Samperi? Because all 6 of your RBI this summer have come in your last 3 games played, all in the 9th inning. You've also had a walk-off hit back in the spring in the season opener for Gonzaga. You've kind of had a flair for dramatic. What's that like for you batting later in ball games? Again, many of these 9th inning situations weren't pressure situations, but what's that meant for you to get those kind of hits later in the game?
It's pretty sweet. Going into my last AB, if I'm hitless on the day, I'm just thinking find a barrel. I'm not thinking about getting a hit because that's when I get really jumpy. But I think getting these RBIs late in the game is pretty good because it helps roll over into the next game. Provides a little bit of momentum for the team, and just to be that team player for the guys.
And you've really settled into a groove at the plate recently. Your last 3 games, you've had 2 different multi-hit games, hits in all 3 of those games. What's kind of come around for you? You had a few weeks off after Gonzaga's season ended. It maybe took a little bit to get back into the swing of things, but what's been clicking lately?
Honestly, just keep swinging, jumping early up in counts, not getting deep in counts. I saw a statistic the other day, and it was talking about batting average percentages with 2 strikes and 2-strike counts, and after seeing that, it's kind of I just want to jump up on pitches early and know how they're attacking me and base my plan off that, and just keep swinging. The slump that I started the summer with, I've never been in before, and it was as I went through it, I just found more joy in it because it was funny that I just barrel balls right to guys, But as I got out of that, I've started to develop some better swinging habits, and I've been working with Coach Marcus a lot, and he's been helping me a lot, and so I'm starting to get it back in the hang of things.
No, you're definitely getting there. We can see it for the last few games. Hey, just keep swinging, right?
That's all
Absolutely.
It is.
Ezra, thanks for joining us. Best of luck tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Joel.
That was Ezra Samperi joining us ahead of tonight's game between the AppleSox and the Kelowna Falcons. Back with more in a moment here from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium.